So when episode 1 of Amazing Digital Circus came out, I sort of put it out on a whim where I was like, okay, well, some people are talking about this series right now, and I have some extra time, so I'm going to record episode 1 of Amazing Digital Circus. And I did that. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great show. And then it took a while, obviously, because there's a long time between episodes, so I kind of forgot about it for a while. Then when episode 2 came out, I was like, okay, I'll just, I'll record this right now. And then I thought, well, this is good because it comes out so infrequently, and it's only 20 minutes when it does come out, that I can always just record a reaction to a new episode like pretty soon after it comes out, because I'm sure I can find some time. But then episode 3 came out and I did not find time. And then now episode 4 is also out. So there are 2 episodes of Amazing Digital Circus out. I think in this video I'm just going to be watching episode 3. And by the way, I want to apologize for my voice. I'm only just now noticing it sounds like this, but I was at a party last night with some friends. So a combination of drinking and just talking all night, I'm sure has rendered my voice a bit weaker. But anyway, so we're just gonna be doing episode 3 in this video, I think, and then episode 4, hopefully I'll do soon, maybe, but I'm not gonna give any promises. The reason I'm doing episode 3 today is because normally today we had Blue Box and Dantadan, and Dantadan's over until July, and Blue Box is on a break for a few weeks, so we have neither of those shows today, so I needed to post an extra video today, so here we go, Amazing Digital Circus. This is a good time to chuck it in there. Anyway, if you like my videos, if you like my style, if you like my vibe, make sure to go check out some other videos on this channel once I'm done. You can check out the rest of my Amazing Digital Circus reactions. You can check out a lot of my other reactions to other shows. And you can go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reaction. So you can watch the whole episode with me on there right now. So go check that out. But otherwise, let's jump into Amazing Digital Circus. This is episode 3.
I can't hold it any longer.
Sure you can. We can't die from oxygen deprivation, remember?
But it still feels like I'm gonna die.
That's scary.
I'm thinking about it.
That's really
Toughen up.
scary.
I want to see what your funny cartoon body does.
Hey, take it easy.
Oh, take it easy.
Are they just
you.
doing that because they can?
Here I go.
It's not going to be very long, is it?
The blue zone.
Hey, there's something new.
Okay, we're getting red,
Oh, orange.
yellow.
Green.
Whoa, look! Now she's turning blue!
She was already blue.
Huh. Guess the hue shift just gets faster.
Why am I the one doing this? Why not one of you guys?
You're
Because something
new.
different happens with each person. For instance, Kinger starts glowing, Ragatha's hair noodles stick up, Gangle's mask starts spinning, and Zubul turns straight.
My limbs straighten up and f*** off. He refuses to show us because he's a coward.
I want to keep the mystery alive. What do you, the viewers, think it is?
Oh my god. So much fan art gonna be happening of
Why
that.
is everybody just standing around when there's adventure to be had? Today's adventure is the mystery of Mildenhall Manor.
Mildenhall
That's right.
Manor?
This big, spooky
Is this a
mansion
murder
has
mystery
been
episode?
rumored to be filled to the brim with paranormal activity. It's up to you to solve the house's deep mysteries and capture all the ghoulish ghost activity you can.
Sounds like it's gonna be
For the
Scooby-Doo as
first time
fuck.
ever, you can. Where's Zubul? I made this adventure really cool and mature, just for them. What?
These episodes aren't gonna become so hilarious,
What?
right?
How should I know? I'm not the boss. Oh wait, yes I am. Anyway, everybody into the fractal noise. It's adventuring time.
Oh man. Wow, that looks really good. Animation quality is wild.
Oh, this place is spooky. I wonder how hard Kane's gonna go with the scare factor.
I hope this adventure doesn't end up being another
Yeah,
horrible
this is
nightmare.
bad for
I'm not really
Pomni.
a fan of horror, and I don't really handle jump scares that well.
Come on, that wasn't even scary. What? You scared of the vacuum cleaner too?
Hey, be nice
Ghostbusters.
to her. She's had a rough couple of days.
Her and everyone else. Right, Gangle?
Does anybody hear that?
Oh, wow.
I'm ghostly.
Why'd you start a scary?
Why won't they go back in?
I remember my first wild take. I don't know why they're not retracting, though.
Oh, that's
Before
awful.
you continue on your adventure, you have to choose which door you're gonna go through. The door on the left is the normal door.
Rated wow for all ages.
Okay.
The door on the right is the really scary door.
Rated for mature
I know which
Zoomers
one Pomni's taking.
It's up to you to decide.
Oh my god. Oh, Pomni wasn't listening?
I thought we were supposed to capture all the ghosts.
Which door should we choose?
Not sure. Let's try this out.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, Gangle, I'll get it for you.
Dude! No! You're pulling her into it! What a fucked up way to drag Pomni in.
That's the scary door.
By her eye stalks.
Zubul, come on out. I just want to talk to you. Oh, I know.
What the, could you have done that the whole time?
Zubul, I just want to get to the bottom of why you keep skipping all my amazing adventures. You could end up really hurting Bubbles' feelings.
Bubbles' feelings?
Enough about Bubbles' feelings. How about your feelings? So, what's
Get some
on your
therapy.
mind, Zubul?
I would rather not.
That's hilarious. Go on.
No, I mean, I've already told you what my problem is. You just never remember because... never mind.
My mind is a beeswax polished coconut. Nothing ever escapes these cakes. So what can
Oh
I
my
do
God,
to
you're
make
being
my
gaslit.
adventures more appealing to you?
See, this is exactly what I'm talking
You're
about.
ignoring it.
All
You're talking about the
thinking is
adventures,
your
yeah.
Adventures. It has nothing to do with the adventures. It's more just... forget it. You're probably not even listening.
Zubul, look at this cool bee idea.
Are your eyes back in at least? Yes, thank God.
Where are we?
Oh my God, there was like a mounted Pomni head. I mean, there's mounted heads for all of them, I think.
Oh, that's... No.
Oh. Lindsay Freeman's voice acting there. No.
I wonder what this thing is.
My name is Baron Theodore Mildenhall. Hunting has been a hobby of mine for as long as I can remember, although one could say it eventually became more of an obsession. The creature you see before you is one I've been pursuing for years. Not quite a man, but not quite an animal.
That's terrifying.
Unholy. Something evil. I took it upon myself to spend every waking moment doing all I could to protect my family from the creature.
I feel like
hoping
Pomni's
that when I'd
staying
eventually killed it,
too
I would
calm.
be freed from this awful feeling, this inescapable dread. I was wrong.
You know,
Like,
I'm
she's
starting
scared,
to
but she
think-
doesn't look that scared.
How about we try to find a way back up to the others?
Like, she actually seems as scared as she normally is in non-scary scenarios.
Cool, that's great. I love these adventures.
Although she is cracking.
We could always ride this thingy up.
It's locked. It's locked, of course. It's locked. I love that it's locked.
Tuesday, December 4th. Although I had shot it multiple
Pomni
times
giving
in
him the
its
stink
vitals
eye.
and severed its head to keep as a prize on my wall. My troubles were just beginning. I took my eyes off the body for what felt like only a minute. When I looked back, the body was gone. The creature was not dead, and it would be back to reclaim what I'd taken from it. If anyone is listening to this, all I ask of you is one thing. Do not let the head out of your sight.
Oh God. Well, why would you put that in a room
This
where...
is some rather inconvenient lore placement.
Yeah. You put that in a different room than the head is in?
And this is some rather inconvenient darkness.
What was that? Was that you?
I like that this is like 2D animation.
Oh, wait. You mean me grabbing you right now? Yeah, that was me. Is this your hand?
That's my eye.
Yes, but which eye?
I really don't think that matters. Will you stop touching my eye?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
What happened?
I just remembered a really funny joke.
Why did you scream then?
Maybe it wasn't actually that funny.
Oh my god.
I think we should hold on.
There's
to
so much
each other
personality in
and
these
slowly
eyes.
Make our way back into the trophy room.
Sounds fine to me. What was that?
What's what?
That.
It's probably just magnets. Or a boat.
A boat?
Whatever the case, I think we should be completely quiet.
Okay, yeah, I agree. You know, you're really hit and miss with these things sometimes. Wait.
There's a fly in here.
Are you just slapping
It's making a
Pomni?
lot of noise. Oh,
Okay.
God, there is a fly.
He might just be clapping.
Gotcha. I think I got him. I can't see my hands.
Uh-oh. Oh my god!
I'm sorry. Could you speak up? I couldn't quite make that out.
She didn't even scream!
Pomni! I think this
Oh
might
my
be the
God.
creature from the tapes.
She's telling herself to come on.
You
Oh
are
no.
Beautiful, honey.
Got it.
Oh!
Oh, huh? Oh, yeah. Prepare for takeoff, cause this boat is going up.
It's probably gonna go down.
Huh? That's not up. That's not up at all. Why are we going up? Ah!
That's a...
I do not
It's a
use my
genuine
adventures
creepy
to torture my guests. Any torment
monster.
I inflict is 100% accidental, like any good war criminal.
We weren't even talking about that. I really couldn't give less of a crap about the adventures.
Then what is your problem, Zooble? I'm trying my best to remember, but both you and my brain won't tell me.
It's me, remember? I don't like myself. I hate
mean,
this body. I hate all
it
these stupid removable pieces.
Makes sense.
I just want to find
Feels like
something
a body that would
feels
suck.
Good.
Oh, yeah, now I remember.
And I mean,
why
obviously,
couldn't
this is like a
remember.
good,
It's
like,
because
body
that problem is
dysmorphia
already solved.
metaphor.
Simply swap out your undesirable Zooble parts for better ones.
Oh, great.
I've been trying to find parts I like since the day I got here.
So, back to the adventures.
Forget it.
Forget it.
Just forget it.
Forget what?
Nobody likes your stupid adventures.
Ha ha! Good one, Zooble.
Ragatha's just too nice to say anything. Jax just likes to fight with everybody. Gangle's too shy to speak up. Kinger's insane. And Pomni...
She hates
looks
it.
traumatized every time she comes back from one.
Yeah.
Oh, Zooble, Zooble, Zooble. Making adventures is my art. It's all I exist to do, all I'm good at. And, what you're saying could imply that I'm bad at the only thing I'm good at, and...
I mean, they seem like fine adventures for people who volunteer.
Be...
Oh, God.
Whose therapy session is this again?
Oh, yeah! We need to get to the bottom of your behavioral issues. I'm gonna show you some ink blots, and you're gonna say the first word that comes to your mind.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh God, where are we now?
I'm not sure. A cellar of some kind.
Things have gotten far worse than I could ever have imagined. My paranoia had driven me to the point where I was no longer the protector my wife and theoretical children needed. Jumping at every shadow, every noise, I ended up shooting the love of my life, mistaking her for the creature. It's ironic, isn't it? attempts to protect her. I ended up becoming the monster myself.
Oh God.
Now I wait down in my cellar, no longer having anything to protect but my own soul. If nothing else, I will slay
Oh
the
my
beast
God.
that took everything from me.
Please don't come alive.
Okay, I won't.
Good. He listened to you.
Looks like we've got 2 shots. Let's make them count.
Yeah.
Stay behind me.
Oh no. Oh, okay. Yeah. Jeez, there's some crazy cool animation in this. Ah!
Kinger, I think we may have a problem this way too.
Just leave it to me. I can handle this.
I would maybe shoot the head. Oh. Okay, good job.
Well, that wasn't so bad.
Uh-oh.
Which is what I would be saying.
Oh no.
Didn't know the creature was actually one of God's angels.
What?
And anyone who brings harm to it
Oh,
will be
no.
dragged down into the cold, spiraling pits of hell
Oh,
where my soul
gosh.
resides. I apologize, dear listener, but I need a living host in order to escape the Hall of the Damned.
Oh, it's
Your
all a
body
trap.
will be my only means of doing so.
Now wait. How did he record this if he was in hell?
I hope you're ready, because the next breath you take down there will be your last, and your bodies will belong to me.
Let go of me! I hate this stupid.
This is awful for Pomni. But is it real? Like, once this adventure is over, can she just be pulled out of there and be fine?
About your husband killing you and everything.
Oh, you know how men are.
Oh, she's gonna be sucked up into a
Serious
vacuum.
priorities.
Don't I know it?
Oh, maybe not if he's
Friends
tied up.
see him, I only hope he doesn't bore them to death with his endless monologues. That man could turn a 57-second story into a Greek tragedy.
I'll be sure to ask them next time I see him. Thanks again for the tea. I had a really nice time here.
Don't mention it. Feel free to visit anytime.
Definitely.
Congratulations, my little ironclad waffle cones!
Damn.
You've taken the pacifist route, and you should be
That
proud
would have
of
been
what
nice for
good
Pomni.
people you are. Unfortunately, we still need to wait until your other teammates finish their adventure before I can grant you permission to leave.
I wonder how long
That's so annoying. You gotta gather all of your teammates before you can fast travel.
Not really typical of what you'd think hell would be.
We are literally in hell right now. Hell! Of course I'd be in hell. How could I not be in literal hell right now?
Just try to stay calm. I'm sure Cain included a way to escape.
All of the damned.
Hold on.
He's actually a really good ally to have right now. Whoa, little sperm.
Try something.
Using his own eyeball as bait.
Hey, there's actually a staircase down there. It could be a way out. Maybe it'll work for us since we still have our bodies? Though I'm worried about what that tape said earlier.
I'm just gonna try going fast.
Wait, Pomni!
Uh-oh. Oh, fuck. Oh, jeez.
Pomni!
Oh, God. That's not good.
Pomni!
That's... Jesus.
Hey! You get out of her!
Shoot her! I guess you don't have any ammo left.
How's your wife, Kinger? Hey!
Oh,
You all right
okay.
there?
No.
Oh.
I'm guessing the souls are attracted to living things. Just want a vessel to be able to leave with. Man, 7 years of computer science.
Why? Every day I spend here is one nightmare after the next. I knew it would end up like this. He just wants me to suffer. I really am in hell.
Don't say that. You're not in... Well, I guess we are technically in... Forget about that. How about we just relax for a bit while nothing's chasing us?
Oh, he's actually a good ally to have.
It was my fault we went down this path, wasn't it? I'm really...
Yes, it was.
Sorry for that.
Why have you been acting so different lately?
Yeah, it's like you're a good character all of a sudden.
I have, haven't I? I'm normally not too good with memories. But being surrounded by darkness always brings me back to a certain time. Right after my wife had abstracted. I don't recall the exact string of events, but we both ended up in the fort together. And it was dark. The darkness seemed to calm her down a bit.
Oh.
The harsh, jagged edges smoothed out, and she didn't seem aggravated anymore.
So you're kind of relaxed by darkness?
She wasn't the same as before, but she was calm enough to touch one last time before she got sent to the cellar.
Damn.
I'm always taken back to that moment when engulfed in darkness.
You had a wife? Like, here in the circus?
Yeah. She was funny, creative, really into entomology. I used to hate bugs, but she somehow got me to like them.
I couldn't. No woman could do that to me.
It's one I at least have control over. I know how I can feel in this circus. Sometimes it all just feels pointless.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good. She has someone to confide in.
Not if you have people who care about you.
Oh.
Good memories can do a lot. Hold on to them. And cherish the people around you. You never know when they'll be gone.
That's
In
really
this world,
sweet.
The worst thing you can do is make someone think they're not wanted or loved.
Oh.
I'm glad you're here with me.
Wow, that's so sweet.
You know, I've been thinking about that last tape. He said, the next breath you take down there will be your last.
So hold your breath.
Through if we don't breathe.
Yeah, that.
Not very good at...
It was foreshadowing at the start of the episode.
Well, how about we try not thinking about it?
If we leave and we go back to the circus, you're just gonna go back to being crazy. You're not gonna remember any of this, are you?
Oh, that's sad.
Don't worry about me. As long as you remember it, things will be okay.
That's
Very
really
strong,
sad.
Pomni. And I know you'll be able to.
I don't
get
want to
through
like
this.
undo this character
Just
growth.
hold on to me. We'll get through it together. You ready?
I like this music. It'd be funny if this wasn't the solution. Keep holding your breath, you don't need to breathe. Oh, and he glows, that's right.
Oh, Pomni, Kinger, are you guys okay? Was it scary?
I'm fine, actually. What happened up here?
Don't worry about that.
Pomni was very brave. At
She
least
was actually very
I think
brave.
she was. Were you?
Something like that. Hey, Ragatha,
Yeah?
I just want to say Thanks for always being concerned about me.
Aww.
I feel like through everything. I haven't really been appreciative
No,
enough
you
about
kind
that.
of haven't.
Oh, thank you, Pomni. I just want to make sure you're doing all right. You know, we care about you.
Did you remember to get my comedy mask?
And I'm just starting to wonder if the Wild West was even a real direction at all. Whoopsie daisy, looks like everybody completed the adventure and they're coming home. Quick, pretend we weren't having a therapy session.
Okay.
Welcome back, my meowing milkmaids.
Don't ever call us that again. So what was it like being stuck with the nutcase?
It wasn't that bad, actually.
It was great for her. That was the most connection she's had here. Aww. Very nice. Alright, that was a great episode. Like, I really liked the character work in that episode. That was so nice. Like, for me, the standout of this series is Pomni. Everything related to Pomni is like, if Pomni wasn't in this series, obviously, she's the protagonist. It makes sense that she's a driving force of the series. But like, I will say, if the series, they had it was the same series concept and stuff, but Pomni wasn't the main character, Pomni wasn't in it, I probably wouldn't be watching. Like, I'd probably watch the first episode, I would go, that was really creative, that was fun. But it's just a really cool thing. But I'm not connected to it emotionally. But Pomni gets me connected to it emotionally. I really love her character design. I really love her. I love Lizzie Freeman's voice acting for her. Lizzie Freeman's such an amazing actor. And her voice acting for her is great. And I love like seeing the character work for her. And I think it's like something really cool with her is her archetype is she's supposed to be like the scared, traumatized character. Like, she's the coward, essentially. She's the whole, jokes and memes and stuff that you can do with her is always like, she's looking at everything around her and is constantly traumatized by everything that's happening. But what I'm finding interesting is, like, especially now that we're in episode 3, she's getting more used to this stuff. So she's actually reacting to things not just appropriately, but even like, she's actually acting a lot less scared than I feel like someone would be in this situation. Like just your average person would be, let alone Pomni, who came in very jumpy. So, and I think it's because throughout the episode, she has become more and more desensitized to it. And like, also she has a very defeatist attitude, right? And I mean, it makes sense why she does. She's like fed up at this point. But like in this episode, she's like, yeah, of course I'd end up in literal hell. And like, he just wants to punish me. And like, there's just, she's like very pessimistic. I mean, in this universe it might be realistic, but I'm still gonna say very pessimistic about her situation. And like, just it, because of that, has a very like, oh, this is, like everything sucks for me. And what happens with that is actually a lot of what King has said in this episode, which is like, she sometimes, and I mean, I don't blame her for this, but she sometimes fails to see the good things around her because she's so traumatized and scared and thrown off by all the horrible shit going on around her. And so like, but I think it's cool in this episode that Kinga like found a way to refocus her in like, look, I know this situation is awful. And it's, you're going through a lot, but like the best thing that we can do down here is to like, those people that care about us, hold on to them. That's what's going to keep you sane down here. And I really, really appreciate that perspective, because I feel like I did think in the previous episodes, like Pomni is very hyper focused on like, I don't want to be here. And because she's so hyper focused on that, she kind of associates everything that is connected to here as like, I don't want to be around that. So then you have someone like Ragatha, who genuinely cares about her and is like checking on her and is very nice. and trying to be like a best friend to her essentially, and she is like not necessarily rejecting it, but she's not reciprocating any of that back to Ragatha. It didn't happen as much in this episode, but I remember that being the case in the last couple episodes. And that's kind of sad because Ragatha is just trying to do the right thing, and Pomni has never really acknowledged it at all. But then in this episode, because of that talk with Kinga, she like sat down and realized, hey, Ragatha's been looking out for me, and actually went and said thank you to her. And I really, really love that scene. I love that character work. I love the fact that they did that. And yeah, like in the previous 2 episodes didn't care about Kinga in the slightest. And this episode got me to like him a lot, actually. Like it got me to really like him. And it's sad in that scene where, excuse me, I'm hiccuping a bit. Oh, it's sad in that scene where Pomni is saying to him like, but once we go back up there, you're just going to go back to being crazy and you're not going to remember any of this happened. And he said like, that's fine as long as you remember. And I think that is a very important thing. That's like, it's really difficult because us as viewers, like we want them both to remember that connection that they had together. And I think it's very sad, you know, having Kinga forget that connection essentially, or at least mostly forget it. Like he might still have it a bit in his subconscious, but it doesn't mean it was for nothing, because as Kinga said, as long as you remember, as long as Pomni remembers it, then there's still character growth. Now, if they had done that whole sequence and they connected and stuff all over there, and then they came out and both of their memories were wiped over the experience, right? Then that scene kind of doesn't mean anything, you know, like it, well, I guess the scene would have a different meaning, which is like in an alternate life, these two could get along, but that's not gonna happen, which is like a less interesting meaning to me. So, but like, since at least one of them remembers, that can now inspire her character development even further. And I hope we see that. Like, I feel like this series has been very well written so far. And I'm not like super familiar with Glitch's work other than I've heard of it, you know? So like I've watched these 3 episodes of Amazing Digital Circus, but I know they also have stuff like Murder Drones or whatever. I haven't watched any of that. So this is the extent of my knowledge on this company and the writer Gooseworks or whatever, the writer of this series. Is the extent of my knowledge about them. But so far, these 3 episodes have been very creative. I mean, this feels like this studio to me feels like they're animation first, story second kind of thing. Not that like the story comes second in terms of it's an afterthought, but rather that this is my vibe of the situation, that they think of cool visual things that they could have on screen, and then they go like, okay, now let's write a story where we can have those cool visual things on screen. Sometimes it's the other way around, you know. It's like, I feel like a lot of the time with the stories, it's like you come up with the story and then you go, can we animate this visually and how can we make it look great? But in this, it's like, okay, we want to do this cool animation. How can we make it into a story that actually is really, you know, has a lot of meaning and is great? That's what it feels like to me. Whether or not that's the case, who knows? But I think it would make sense, because like this seems like a studio that prides itself on like very creative animation, and like artists. They probably have a lot of artists working for them that are just very into a certain visual style, and they want to get that visual style into whatever. But why was I saying that? I'm trying to remember like what got me onto that tangent. But like, you know, okay, I remember now. So that's how I think the story is written, but that's not an indicator of quality or lack of quality at all. It doesn't matter where a story starts or how it's conceived or anything. It matters if I like it, and I like it. I really like it. But I just, that's the vibe it gives me, you know? So all this to say, I wonder, in a more long-term thing, how much character development, like, sticks around and how much the story progression will stick as well. Like, they seem to, you know, it's a very, so far, it's been 3 episodes, it's a very episodic show. Every episode has been kind of its own thing, and that makes sense. And like the format of this series is written in such a way where that is the natural way that things are going to go. And so far, I will say the character development feels like it's been sticking, which is good. Like as I said, I feel like Pomni has changed throughout these episodes, and I feel like the others have as well. So I feel like that's mostly going to stick around, but I just wonder like how much. Sometimes you can have your character development really feel like it's a great progression from one episode to another. And sometimes it can feel like they're getting soft reset at the start, but like the major points they will still remember. Like you could have it so that like Pomni goes back like to basically the same in the next episode, but every once in a while she'll have like one extra line that's changed because of this Kinga conversation, possibly. Or you could have all of her actions from this point are now dictated by her new thoughts on life. It doesn't mean she's no longer scared. It doesn't mean she's no longer going to be irrational or angry or whatever. It just means like there's like a little effect on everything she does going forward. And that, you know, that applies to all the characters, but obviously Pomni gets the greatest development in this series, so I'm focused on her. But yeah, so anyway, point is, I really liked this episode. I thought it was fun. I liked learning about Kinga. I liked learning about Pomni stuff. I did like the Zubul stuff. There was very little of it, and I don't mind that there was little of it because I was way more interested in the Pomni stuff anyway. So, but it was like, I don't know if there was like a through line to that story necessarily. Like it was kind of just setting up the idea that Zubul is uncomfortable in her body, which is, you know, as I said during the episode, could be a great metaphor for body dysmorphia and stuff. But and also that Kane is like refuses to listen to any of that, and then and Kane has his own anxieties about his personality. But there was no resolution to that storyline at all. Like their storyline was literally like interrupted as they were, you know, working through it. So I wonder, like, did they do that to have a B story? Like, is that what they wanted to do? Or did they want to set up, Kane and Zubul's anxieties for the future? Like possibly, like in future episodes, those, you know, those anxieties come back around? Or is it just like, hey, we wanted to do some character work, so here's a little bit of character work with the spare time that we had. And that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm not a stickler for like every scene needs to be like, oh, it needs to perfectly come around by episode's end or whatever, and like, and every scene, if like that doesn't pay off by the end of the series, then it's like a wasted part or whatever. I don't think that necessarily. But I wonder like what their thoughts behind writing those scenes in is, and I would like to see more of the series and see if my opinions and thoughts and stuff will be influenced by having seen that scene. I feel like they would be, especially if we see Zubi. Is it Zubi or Zubul? I can't read my own writing. Especially if we see her like a lot more often and she becomes a bigger part of everything that's going on. Which, you know, she's one of the main cast, so I imagine. But yeah, anyway, that is Amazing Digital Circus episode 3. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.